What is up, fellas? So I want to do a review of my USWE Ranger 9 backpack and compare it to a new backpack I just picked up, and I'll explain why. So first of all, you may have seen this in my other videos. I've had this bag for a couple years now. It's been with me on basically every ride. It's a pretty great backpack. I can't really complain about anything other than I pack too much. So you may notice that this thing is stuffed to the brim, right? It's very difficult to get anything else in here. Even the things I carry on a regular are a little hard to get in, and it's been a little annoying. Furthermore, I have no real way to carry backup water, which I feel better if I could in certain rides. So that will come into play with the new one I'll show you in a minute. But first I want to kind of show you what I have in this one, and you're probably going to think I'm crazy for everything I carry, but it's the way I am. So first of all, this is where I get my keys here, right? So these get popped in. I got a tire pressure gauge, got a pen for filling out little forms when you get to a park. Got some bathroom tissues, and some basic painkillers. Flashlight, because you never know where you get stopped if you're in the dark and you need to fix something. A flashlight is always handy. And lastly, my wallet, right? So that's the outside compartment. And as you notice, everything is super tight in here, right? Well, that's because next compartment, I got my radio, which I've mentioned in the previous video. This is how I carry it. And then I got a tow rope. So this is just a regular tusk tow rope. I've used this thing numerous times to get guys out of the woods. It works surprisingly well. It's pretty compact, but again, in this backpack, there isn't that much space. So that's where it goes, and it kind of helps to hold the radio in place as well, so this plug doesn't come out. So those are the two compartments here. This one's pretty short. It's basically my hand. Stops right there. This one goes all the way to the bottom. And that leaves the main compartment. So you'll see in here, I got my 3 liters of water, right? This is not the bladder that comes with the backpack. This is an aftermarket one, but I like this one quite a lot. It cleans up better, and I like the hose a lot more. But that takes up a significant portion of the room. There is a little bit of space here, and that's kind of what this fills in. So further back, I got some basic survival stuff. So I got a fire starter, a Sorry Mini water filtration straw, compass, and a whistle. I think that's it in there. I have a air pump for the tires, because that's always important. And I have a fuel hose. Basically, you dump this guy, you open it up, you dump it in the donor tank, you shake it up and down, and it starts pulling fuel out of the donor tank, and it starts coming out the other side, so you can give your buddy gas if he runs out. And I have Enduro Engineering wrench. This basically doubles as for my axles as well as for the spark plug. And a basic Leatherman tool, right? So that kind of all rides in this pocket here, which you can see is just a mesh pocket. And I try to position this stuff so that when I close it, it all kind of starts to align on the sides here. So it's been fine. Like I said, I can't complain, but the problem is if I want to carry anything else, like if I want to carry even some food, I have to jam it either on top of here, kind of on the loose compartment, or try to jam it with my keys, and everything gets squished. And I really am not super happy about that. So let me show you the backpack I just picked up. Alrighty, so this is the USWE RAW 12. So my Ranger is a 9 liter, this is a 12 liter. That's a reference to how much room there is in the bag itself, not how much water you can carry. The water capacity is still 3 liters in this one. Obviously brand new, right? I don't know when they came up with these. I picked this up from Slavens Racing. They have the 9 liter version. I think there's also a 3 liter version, I believe. It's a little newer, a little nicer. Same system. I guess I didn't show you on the other backpack. They have something called the No Dancing Monkey system, right? Which essentially just unclips, clips. I've never had that come apart. And once you adjust the straps properly, it sits really, really well on your chest, and the bag does not move. In fact, I forget I have the backpack on. I mean, I feel the weight, but you don't notice it after a while. So, same adjustability, this strap adjusts to your body size here and up here. It's got the route for the hose, the water hose, which will come down and clip in here, just like the other one. Looks like they added a little bit of standoff panels here to let a little more air onto your back, which is nice, right? For riding is, pretty sweaty sport. And there's a little bit more air filtration on top as well. I mean, I wear this on top of the armor jacket, so it doesn't make much difference to me, but it's nice to know they're paying attention to that. And then these, I believe, are for carrying like a rolled up shirt, or maybe if you take your jersey off and you want to carry it with you, you can have it in there. The Ranger does not have that, so I kind of like that feature because I often overdress and then I have no way of stashing my jersey because you saw I don't have any space. So this would definitely take a rolled up jersey, maybe even more. So pocket wise, you have this little small pocket here. You got these little, what are they? I guess tool retainers, right? I kind of use them for pens and flashlight and other things. So you got a pocket here, 2 pockets here, right? This is pretty small overall. You got a second one here. So again, similar, but more storage. I think this will probably be, about a hand size in there, right? Same thing with that. You can put some bigger tools in here, probably food and things like that, right? And then you got your main compartment, which doesn't have the mesh pocket of the other one, which I'm okay with because I think I'm going to pack it a little differently. But you certainly can stash additional things in here, like I said, shirt, food, whatever. And this does come with the USWE brand 3-liter hydration pack, right? So you got your, you got your hose and everything. It works fine. I'm just not a fan of this attachment here. After a while, this little rubber ring, unless you start lubing it up, is kind of a pain to get in and out of the actual bladder. And the bladder material is more, I don't know what the English word is, absorbs things a little more, I think. Like if you store things in, eventually it'll start discoloring and smelling like whatever you were drinking, whereas the other one I have doesn't do that. They're still fine. I still have them as backup, and I used it for a long time. But when this one went bad on me in my other bag, I got that aftermarket one, and I liked it a lot better. So in any case, overall, basically the same bag, just a little bigger, and hopefully it'll work out a little better. So what I'm gonna do is, I'm gonna transfer all my garbage over into this, see how it fits, and I'll bring you guys back to look at that. Okay, so I got everything transferred over. Took a little bit of planning. I might still move some things around, I'm not sure. Everything fit with room left over, which was kind of the goal. So I can quickly walk you through here. So top pocket, I just have the radio. I was gonna have my keys and wallet here, but whenever I fall off, I usually land on the backpack. And if I land in water and whatnot, like I don't want this getting wet right away. And then my wallet and my keys sitting in a wet pocket, so I'd rather get a little more protection. And also this lets the antenna stick out a little bit. Doesn't make that much difference, honestly, but it gives me some options here to also put little things in here if needed be. But that's this pocket here. Next one over. Looks like this. So in here I have my keys, pen, flashlight, tire gauge, toilet paper, and pain meds, and some band-aids and stuff, and my wallet is down here. So I feel pretty good about that because I know it's going to be secure, it's not going to go anywhere. Like the chance of this coming out, even if I unzip the pocket, are pretty slim, I think. And so once I lay this down, this zips up no problem. I don't have to press down like I did with the other one, which is nice, right? Nice and tight. And then lastly, we got the main compartment. And I guess in this one, I will say, I think I do wish that they had that mesh pocket, because right now all the tools in here are kind of just sitting here loose. So I got this guy in here, the pump. I got my survival stuff, the wrench, the fuel transfer hose. But it's fine. I mean, I guess it gives me the option to arrange as I need to. If I have extra food in here or anything else, I can kind of Tetris my way around the bag and put things where they can go. So it's not a huge deal. But what you'll notice is the 3-liter bag here of water kind of disappears, which is nice because I have all this extra room up here to stuff, you know, a bag of jerky or, you know, any kind of food item really, or maybe even a t-shirt or something, right? And it still would zip up without busting the zippers, which is kind of what I was after. So I'm pretty happy about that. And everything else passed through. This grommet right here, I will say, was a bit of a pain. It still is. It wasn't quite cut out correctly on this inside here. I had to rip it up a little bit. It's got stitches on the outside, so it's not going to go anywhere in terms of it's not going to keep ripping. But it did take me a few minutes to get the hose in there. But other than that, I think everything went fine. What's interesting is, I didn't realize this till after I packed it, but there is an entrance into this compartment from this side and from this side here. See? So I think theoretically I could have put the hose in through this way, right? Doesn't matter. I'm not sure what else you would use that for. Maybe other hydration systems. I'm not sure why they did it that way. But it's not a big deal because once you're wearing this, I doubt any water is going to come in. And again, if anything in here gets wet, it's not a big deal because there's nothing in it that's perishable, right? And everything is basically either aluminum or stainless steel. So yeah, overall, I'm pretty happy. You know, it's still pretty full, but you know, there's definitely a little bit of wiggle room up top for, like I said, extra items and food, which is what I wanted. And then in the front, you know, I got my microphone, the water hose snaps in, and there we go. Now, the part I mentioned in the beginning is I like to have the option of carrying extra water, which I couldn't with the other bag. Well, I guess I could have, but I didn't realize I could. But what I did get is this guy here. So USWE makes 3 accessory bags. This is their water bag. They also make a phone pocket that looks similar, but it's for a phone and it's fully enclosed. And also a horizontal pocket for like tools and utilities. And basically they strap to one of these shoulder straps. So you'll note in here, you got an entry point in the bottom. That takes my finger. And then there's a little strap here. Sorry, I'm trying to hold this guy up here. Sorry, technical difficulties. So it's got this strap here on the inside that goes around, like I said, that. So in theory, what happens is you have extra water bottle on your harness. I wouldn't say that's the most comfortable thing to have on you. I'm guessing that the weight is going to be felt, especially since it's kind of under your helmet and to the side, right? But if it's a small enough water bottle, that's something, right? I think, again, we go through 3 liters pretty easily on some of these rides, and I've always wished that I had a way to carry something a little extra, to, you know, peace of mind, basically. That way, if I run out, I say, oh, hey, you know, I still have a couple ounces, you know, sports drink or something, or just pure water. So anyway, I'm going to try this out. We got the 7 Springs Enduro ride coming up, and I'm going to try strapping this guy on and see how it does. Worst case, I pull it off, no big deal. But yeah, so this is the USWE RAW 12. Pretty cool. You know, I would have changed a few more things about it, but other than that, I'm pretty happy. I'll keep an eye and see what other things they release. They seem to have new bags out, you know, every year or two. And yeah, I'll let you guys know how it does in the first ride. If you have any questions, let me know. And thanks for watching.